Call to the member for Spence.
Thank you, Speaker, and I'd like to start by thanking the member for Riverina for his kind acknowledgement earlier. I'd also acknowledge the member for Herbert and his service to this fine country, and also yourself, Speaker, for your service. In a world that is becoming more uncertain and less predictable, Australians expect their government to ensure our Defence Force has the people, equipment and capabilities needed to keep our nation safe. That is exactly what the Albanese Labor government is delivering. After years of chaos and dysfunction under those opposite, including 24 different ministers across the defence portfolio in less than a decade, this government has provided the leadership and long-term planning our national security demands. The 2026 National Defence Strategy and Integrated Investment Program set out a clear vision for Australia's future security. They recognise the need for greater self-reliance, a stronger sovereign defence industry, improved national resilience and deeper partnerships with our allies and partners. Most importantly, they back those objectives with funding. The 2026 Integrated Investment Program includes an additional $14 billion over the next 4 years and $53 billion over the decade. Since coming to office, the Albanese government has increased defence spending by $30 billion across the forward estimates and $117 billion over the next decade. These investments are not just about keeping Australians safe. They are about creating highly skilled Australian jobs and supporting a future made in Australia. A key part of that work is AUKUS. AUKUS represents one of the most significant strategic and industrial undertakings in our nation's history. It is helping deliver the next generation of submarine capability while creating opportunities for Australian workers, manufacturers and businesses to participate in global defence supply chains. Already, South Australian manufacturer and Northern Suburbs local, Century Engineering, has become the first South Australian company to receive a purchase order from the United States under the program. That is a tangible example of how AUKUS is creating opportunities for local industry, developing supply chains and helping build sovereign capability here at home. We want Australian businesses to play a central role in this once-in-a-generation investment, ensuring the economic benefits are felt not just in defence precincts but across communities throughout the country. In South Australia, the $200 million deep maintenance and modification facility is strengthening our sovereign capability while supporting hundreds of local jobs. And right next door at RAF Base Edinburgh Defence Precinct, almost $312 million has been invested to upgrade critical infrastructure and sustain defence operations into the future. Through investments like these, the Albanese Labor government is ensuring Australia remains secure, resilient and prepared for the challenges ahead while creating the skilled jobs and industrial capability our nation will rely on for decades to come. Just as this government is investing in the capabilities, infrastructure and workforce needed to keep Australia secure into the future, we are equally committed to supporting the people who have worn our nation's uniform. Because a strong defence force is not only measured by the equipment it operates or the ships and aircraft it acquires, but also by how well we care for serving personnel, veterans and their families before, during and after their service to our country. Supporting our veterans is one of the most important responsibilities of government, and the Albanese Labor government is backing that responsibility with real investment and real reform. When we came to office, the Department of Veterans Affairs had been left underfunded and under-resourced, with almost 42,000 new claims sitting untouched and veterans waiting for far too long for the support they deserved. By properly funding DVA and increasing staffing, this government has cleared that inherited backlog and ensured new claims are now being looked at within 14 days of submission. The investment has been substantial, with $37.9 billion spent on veteran compensation and treatment during our first 3 years in government. But this is about more than funding alone. The Albanese government is delivering once-in-a-generation reforms to simplify veterans' entitlements, implement the recommendations of the Royal Commission into Defence and Veterans Suicide and build a system that is easier to navigate and faster to access. In the 2026 budget, more than $770 million was committed to implementing Royal Commission recommendations, including the largest increase in allied health funding for veterans in 2 decades. These changes will improve access to physiotherapy, psychology and other critical services while reducing unnecessary red tape and making it easier for veterans to receive the care they need.
I thank the member for Spence.